remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, man, y'all smash the like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and I make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday. Y'all see the topic for the night, and I'm gonna let my homie go and properly introduce himself.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? It's me, Dunks. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday, man. It's the top of the week. We didn't really get much action today, especially after this disappointing weekend. So, I wasn't really expecting much. Actually, I don't think there's really going to be too much going on this week at all. Um, if I'm correct.
Rumors is it's supposed to be a shock drop on those playoff eights, but that's just a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt.
That would definitely be something nice and well deserved after what we just went through Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing if we're gonna keep it 100.
Yeah. So is what it is. We'll see though.
Most definitely, man. So y'all smash that like button, sub up for that, sub up to the channel, and of course sign up for the sold out Discord. It is pinned up at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up for all the people who haven't signed up just yet. I see we got green banana in the building, or yeah, banana in the building. Hopefully I'm reading that correctly. Says sold out. Yo, what up? What up?
Yo.
Um, let's see. So tonight's topic, man, we're talking BG is finally released from prison after doing 11 years out of his 14-year sentence. That's a long time. That's over a
Yeah.
decade, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Want to talk on that? Just a little bit of history about BG as well. If
Wait,
y'all,
hold on. Sorry, was he doing fair time?
I don't think he was. I think
Man,
he was doing.
straight prison state sentence, huh?
Yeah,
Damn.
I believe so. Don't fool me. We're gonna dissect that a little bit later tonight. Also, just also looks like he's at one point. I know he was off of Cash Money, but I mean, as you haven't seen the videos, probably already surfacing around, is that Birdman was there to greet him with open arms and a nice hug. And say what you want to say about Birdman, but low key one of the greatest like executive producers of all time. And as far as like picking hip hop talent,
Well,
you can't take it away from him.
yeah. Well, you got to think. Also, I mean, it's one of his first artists. You know, he kind of, he doesn't have to, but it's kind of, it's kind of like a, like that's starting over. Like like his first, one of his first artists. He's just showing him the love and respect, that he deserved. Because hey, you made a lane. You started a lot of this, and hey, who's there better to greet him than the person he started it with?
Exactly. And I'll say, he went in there rocking braids. He's coming out with extremely long dreads. I mean, as he should. I mean, he's been in there for quite some time. Um, I will say this, man. Back on the Birdman situation, he is responsible for a lot of big careers, and he's one of the people who's also said that he made, majority of his money. He's did side businesses, but you notice he don't stay on them long. Like that ain't his main forte. Like say like
Yeah.
Diddy, where Diddy's trying to stay on the outside of other, like Master P. Them, they no longer really dabbling in music. They make money in other businesses.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't Birdman have some liquor at one point, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, but we don't even see it. He don't promote it no more, no nothing.
Yeah.
But he had like I think it was like GIB or something like that. Don't quote me. I never had it, but from what I've heard, rumor is all alleged. This whole live is alleged. Is that if you want to start a fire, you just pour that down. So that's how you know what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can also think Birdman for the kinds of like Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Say what you want to say about what the deals, but I will say Birdman has also
I'll
came
be
out.
right back. All right.
Cool, do your thing. But it's also came out. Birdman has said that he really didn't know what his, how to really. He learned business as you go, and that's what I really want to put on that tonight. Also, we're gonna touch on Hitmaka, which AKA Young Berg, which people give Young Berg a lot of slack, but no matter how you slice it and dice it, homie can produce his you know what off. He's also his songs low key. The few hits he did on his own, I gotta keep it 100. Them joints go hard and they're timeless for me. I personally like Young Berg's music, but I know he went over and switched Hitmaker as he started just staying behind the scenes. And to be honest, I ain't saying he getting it like that, but I mean, obviously he's still living extremely comfortable, and that's what you want to do at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I got to give him credit for that. But apparently he's been dating Tink, and making music for her. Now, I haven't listened to a Tink song since like high school, man. And I'm telling my age, and I think the song was called like "Oops" or something like that. And from when I remember Tink, she was like working with Missy Elliott and Timberland heavy. So I mean, I guess now the tables have turned, or she's probably out of those deals. And apparently, that's what this all kind of stemmed from was, Hitmaker, aka Young Berg, and Tink actually like not actually coming to a agreement on doing business. And I'm gonna just say this before we're gonna touch on that towards the end of the live, but I'm gonna say this, man. Just from personal experience and to anybody, I can't tell nobody who to mess with, this, that, and third, but I'm gonna say this. You don't mix, what's the saying? You don't mix business with pleasure at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And this is a prime example. I ain't even read into it or anything like that, but this is a prime example is why you don't mix business with pleasure. Yeah, it looks good until your feelings get involved, and then you have creative differences. Same thing, rumor has it that is what happened with Future and Sierra. I have a feeling it was made more than that, but what was told to the public is that they had creative differences as far as like music, like how they want to take their avenues and stuff like that.
Was she like signed to him or something?
I don't think so, but you remember they did that one song "Body Party" together or whatever, which keep it 100 on some of Future's videos, you can just tell some of those girls they hung out after the video. I'm gonna say it nicely.
Only song I know that Future done with the female is that song he did with Kelly Rowland. That's it.
Oh man, you've been out of whack for a minute, but yeah, he did Kelly Rowland, not like that, but he did a song with Kelly Rowland.
He's like, not like that.
Yeah, not like that. You know, it didn't come out right.
Yeah.
He did a song with Sierra, the Body Party joint, which is, I think, actually, if you listen to it, you'll like it. The one video he did, I think it's called "Rich Sex," no pun intended. That video, while the song is just him, Black China was in that video, and I don't know if you remember, she had tatted his name on her finger at one point. He had to come out there and like, yo, it ain't like that, even though he didn't deny not hanging out with her, but
Mhm.
he pretty much let her know that wasn't it. Let's see. We got the Slayer coming in the building. Says, "What's good, my people? What up, Slayer?"
Yo.
Checks over Stripe says, "We in here. Appreciate that. Y'all smash the like button." So let's go ahead and just dive on this BG situation, man. I'm going to share my screen here. Boom, right there. So pretty much BG all smiles as he's finally released from prison. I would smile too as well. You've been
Yeah.
locked down over for 11 years. You got sentenced to 14 years. Apparently, does he get the no snitching title, this and the third? Because I think from what I got from it, he's definitely pled guilty for the situation. I also have
What did
his.
you go to prison for?
We're gonna read through that. I forgot what it is. Like, look, hold up. Let me refresh the page real quick. Look like it tried to like die out on me real quick. We good. Got it back. But it says, I'll just read through it real quick. It says BG has been released from prison after serving the majority of his sentence for possession of weapons and witness tampering. There you go, right there. Dunks right in the first sentence. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a little bit more detail on that. But on Tuesday, September 5th, video footage of the Hot Boys rapper leaving a correctional facility made its way online, which comes 11 years after he was sentenced for his crimes. Among those present to welcome him back was Cash Money head Huncho Bird Man, who has Slim keeps a very low profile, bro. Slim,
Mhm.
I gotta give it to Slim, man. Slim just make money and stay out the way, and
Mhm.
I can't knock him for that. He
Yeah,
literally just make money and stay out the way.
definition of a boss,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
definition. You never see him, but he pulling the strings.
He did. I have a feeling like the major cause. That's him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Most
When they gotta
definitely.
sit down and have the meetings, he the one that go to the meetings, not
Heck yeah.
Birdman.
He there, but it's kind of one of those.
Wait outside,
Or he there. Hey, I'm gonna do all. I do all the talking.
Yeah.
Pretty, yeah, we business, like, but I'm doing all the talking, and it's what I say. Go, I make the final call. I have a feeling because I mean the guy is. It just looks. He just looks like the brains of the operation.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Says, who has been visiting the artist regularly during his decade plus incarceration. So apparently Birdman had been visiting him off and on. The
Oh yeah, they've been
mogul.
putting money on his books and everything. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he definitely been taking care of him. I mean, to be honest, I don't think he started those dreads himself. I mean, I don't know. I've always wondered. Yeah, I just always wonder how they keep the shape up and stuff. But I think they have guys in there. If you can cut hair, they have it like supervised or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't
Well, and you got to think, you got guys in there that's were barbers and where that did know how to like actually do dreads and cut hair and braid hair and stuff prior to their sentence. So it's not like they can't upkeep themselves in there. It's not like they're just straight criminals.
true. Some people wrongly convicted. This, that, and the
Like
third.
they had lives before they went to prison. They were barbers and could cut hair, braid hair, dread hair. That's not uncommon. And then especially he can upkeep them. Like if somebody that's in there that can do it, then yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Um, it says the mogul even live streamed the reunion that saw him embracing the rapper and taking selfies with him. Says real N word out here, bitch. Let's get with it. That's from baby.
Oh God,
I mean, are you surprised? Come on, man. Are you surprised?
out here.
Yeah, it says real N word out here, bitch. Let's get with it.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, it says baby could be heard saying at one point during the stream while posing next to the 43-year-old for a photo. Okay, so that's what he said as he was posing for the photo. And I guess we just confirmed BG is 43 years old. That means he did 11 years. That means he was what, 30 something? 30 what?
32.
32. Sheesh. Oh my goodness, man. I don't even want to, yeah. I don't even want to know. It says in 2012, BG was sentenced to 14 years behind bars after pleading guilty to 2 counts of possession of a firearm. There you go, Dunks. And 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct justice stemming from a 2009 traffic stop arrest. So, okay, there we go. I mean, I still don't think that's 11 years worth. I
Oh,
mean,
he's probably already a 2-time felon.
I'm about to say, yeah, considering he probably had some already other stuff like pending, or this was like that final straw type of thing. Like,
Or
um,
he broke his he parole violation or something like that. And so he had to go do the full time.
yeah. It's funny how they got related news, and this was back in December 2022. Little off mode, but it's on mode. But apparently, Gucci Mane offered BG $1 million deal upon prison release.
I remember that.
I did. I mean, Gucci low key been trying to get a lot. A side note, and we was talking about Mr. Shiesty earlier because he signed to Gucci, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Gucci's artists just not that they're not good, because I think he has an eye for talent too, but his guys can't stay out of trouble. That's the hard part.
Well, you got to think like, and this is how how I'm going to compare it. When you see like people who pretty much came from the same background, I'm going to use perfect example, Yo Gotti. He came from that same background pretty much, and you see how he's got all his artists, and none of them, you never hear about any of, I mean, besides Black Youngster, but you never hear about any of his artists being in any type of legal trouble, no relationship troubles, no money trouble.
Mozzie was locked
Well,
up for
Mozzie
that.
because Mozzie's from a different side of the world where he has to play by different politics.
Yeah, yeah,
His rules are different. Because he's from a different part of the world. California
yeah,
plays different rules. But besides him too, which like I say, his situation is completely different from what he got going on at CMG. There's
yeah,
some stuff he got to handle at home, some personal stuff, but. Besides, like I say, but you see, none of them got any type of troubles or anything. Or on the other hand, Gucci's trying to keep it true to what he stands for or believes in. Street. And
yeah,
you can't make no money when you're spending money on bailing your artist out. Like literally, 90% of your artists are locked up, and the other percent are not doing anything or dead. Rest in peace, Big Scar.
yeah. True. Hey man, Dunk speaking the truth, man. You just preached on him right there, man. I mean, to be honest, I can't even really. I want to elaborate, but I'm like, you didn't say not one single thing wrong. Or like you right. You know what I'm saying? You broke it down like literally like a football play, bro. Like he wants the real artist, which is cool, but that come with that price. Like you said, some of them are dead, RIP, which I remember whenever he paid for the funeral, but the family still had said something. I remember that situation too.
Can't make everybody happy still.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no matter what, it's like, dang, And I know Gucci's trying to get the right artist. So safe to say, Gucci definitely that has an eye for talent as well.
It does, and they make great music, but the music that they are making is too close to their real life that they're portraying, and
Yeah.
it catches up with them.
You think Gucci maybe sit him down and give him the game of like, hey man, y'all know I don't been down that road, man. It's cool to rap about it, but like you different now, move different. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying he didn't have this talk, but I mean like
No,
sometimes
because what should I say? Because Gucci hasn't had that boss talk to him yet, like like Gotti has. See, Gotti, he's got that. He's
from
got
Jay-Z.
that Jay-Z talk. So now Gotti knows how to move and how to align himself with which artists and stuff like that. Which you haven't seen Gucci in those big rooms yet.
Not yet. He definitely has the potential and everything it takes to be in him though.
Yeah, but he like I say, he still wants to play that 1 foot in, 1 foot out role, and you're too old for that.
Yeah, but I mean he been moving correctly though.
He's been moving. Yeah, he's been moving correctly, but still, like I mean, it's I don't know. It's like the art. Nobody wants to. I think nobody wants to do that with him because none of his artists are marketable because they stay in too much trouble. Is not what they're investing in them.
You got valid point again. Like, what's the point? They're not worth they're too much of a liability risk.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, valid point. I'll give you that.
See where all of Gotti's artists, they all literally have been on the label at most 4 years maybe, and that's the oldest artist being Black Youngster. You know,
Yeah,
4 years, 5 years maybe. But
and
I'm
he
saying, look
got
how fast they all blew up,
yeah.
and that's in 5 years time. That's a very very rapid pace. So you see what I'm saying?
I
Where
like Gotti's transition. You know, I ain't gonna talk on the young
Mhm,
dog situation or whatever, but
mhm,
I'll say as far as like a businessman, we think about from how we was introduced to him. You know, your brother introduced him to me, and I'm pretty sure
yeah,
probably introduced him to you too.
mhm.
Um, I would say like think about hit the CMG. It don't stand for what it originally stood for anymore. He don't change the
That's what
whole
I'm saying.
label name.
He had that boss talk, and
Yeah,
now
he
he's
had the
on
boss
move.
talk. It's no longer. It used to be Cocaine Music Group. Now it's Collective Music Group.
Yeah.
Totally different ball game now.
They
You know
told
what I
him.
mean?
They told him that shit's not marketable. We can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, like no, you know. And then all his artists, low key, when they drop, you know, like think about it, he has Moneybag Yo, which he said himself that Moneybag Yo is considered like the quarterback of the team. He got the most important
You
position.
know, I seen one thing, and it said like some of the some of the greatest rappers out right now are all like from Memphis.
Most
And
definitely.
pretty much they pretty much showed the standard lineup. Moneybag, Glorilla. Who else did they show? Key Glock. All those guys like that. That's from Memphis. And 90% of those people are Yo Gotti's artists, minus like I said,
He got
minus Key Glock. Yeah, which he's holding it. He's holding it down for PRE.
Oh, heck yeah, he is, man. And I will say this. He's one of the go-to artists that I go to for when I'm in the gym and I need to get that energy pumping type. He's got those type of, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
He goes in like low key, every artist that's pretty much come out of Memphis is like they don't let you come out if you can't rap. For real,
Mhm.
for real. You know what I mean? Right down to when we used to watch Juicy J on TV whenever, we saw he was doing some on MTV where he had Lil White trying to come out there and he didn't hesitate to cut the beat off to let you know what you spitting is whack. You know what I mean? Fun fact, salutes to Juicy J, got a book dropping. But but yeah, Gucci Man is definitely that guy that's in there. So surprised to see that. But it says in September last year, U.S. District Judge Susie Morgan rejected a motion submitted by another federal. Okay, so he was federal prisoner. He wasn't. This
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
state.
Yeah, I'm saying he did a lot of that time to just be state.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, did he do some? That must have been like Fed time. Yeah.
yeah. Requesting to have his 14-year sentence commuted, which I'm assuming meaning reduced. Says after months of rumors about his early release that begun in late 2022, Louisiana native took to Instagram on Sunday, September 3rd, to let his fans know that he'll be coming home soon and that he was celebrating his last birthday in the pen. That's good. That he will be celebrating his last birthday in the pen. Says after 12 winters and 13 summers, I see the end zone. He wrote, "It's my last birthday being buried alive. This year, I'm celebrating the whole Virgo cycle. Matter of fact, from this year forward, I'm living and celebrating like every day is my birthday." I mean, yeah, I can see why you've been
Yeah.
limited to your.
But this kind of goes back. This ties into him, but kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. Okay, cool. He's out and everything now, but is he marketable? What do you do with him now?
Can he, after being
Yeah,
locked down for 11 years, like sure
yeah,
he
yeah.
and
What's your next move now?
yeah. And fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, BG is the guy is responsible for Bling Bling, not Little Wayne. Bling
Mhm.
Bling. Little Wayne may have came up with the term Bling Bling, but to the best of my knowledge, it was actually BG's song. Now, if I'm wrong, for the true fans out there, correct the kid, but I'm almost positive that was BG's song, but Bling Bling, Little
I
Wayne
think it's
created.
the other way around. I think BG made the word, and
Oh,
then and Lil Wayne made a song, and that's what blew the word up.
okay. All right. So I know it's somewhere it's a creative effort then from both ends then.
Yeah.
Says he continued, the main focus is to stay focused. I'm not letting nobody rob me of my productivity, prosperity, positivity, and peace of mind. My dreams then got bigger and my vision is clear. 13 years was more than enough time for me to change the reckless path I was on. I'm getting back in the $100 million race, and my big homie gave me the route.
Hey,
RNS.
what he needs to do is At this point, he should just like write a book and like start a podcast.
I think
That'll be good for
honestly,
him right now at the age he is, and he got a story to tell, and people will listen to it. You know?
he should do book, then make that book into a movie.
Yeah, that'll
I
be good.
mean, take that.
Who's gonna fund a BG movie?
I mean, if it's told the right way, take that stuff to Hollywood. It can be done. He don't gotta be the
Snoop,
actor.
come on, Snoop haven't even got his movie yet.
Then let him get a YouTube documentary then.
Oh, speaking of which, hey, speaking of, are you gonna watch that Young Boy documentary?
I didn't know it was gonna be one.
Yeah, this YouTuber, he's making I think it's like a 6-part documentary on life of Young Boy. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm gonna check it out.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
check it out.
but the guy, the creator of it, said that he's been getting like death threats and shit about it. Like
I
from
think I heard something
yeah,
like that about that a while
yeah,
ago.
yeah, from adult people like threatening him about, like, don't you got a life to live? Like this guy most likely don't even know you.
We said it before too. And we said it in the Sold Out Discord. Shameless plug. It is pinned up at the top of the chat. We talked about NBA YoungBoy whenever you posted when he got that new tattoo or whatever. You said, hey, he's basically saying he's tired of being in the situation he's in. He's ready to go back to his normal life, what he used to. And I piggyback off of it and just extended what you said, like the same thing. But yeah,
But no, I agree. Like you said it too. You say he's stuck out there in Utah with like, none of his immediate family. Maybe he got a couple close friends, but like not his immediate family. And so, yeah, I mean, after all this, he's tired of it. He's tired of his life. He like, what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for this. I was supposed to sign up to be making music and, and helping my family not to be locked away and only putting out music when they say I can,
Facts. Yeah. So, and then, he's limited to probably what he can even say on the track. Cause I mean, the stuff he's doing where he came out with the painting of the face and all that, I can't and I'm not judging, Ain't no way.
I remember that shit when he had like the raccoon face or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, with the white paint and the black eyed out joint. I know for a fact, had he not been through what he'd been through, that wouldn't have. I'm not saying that song would have came out, but he wouldn't have did all that. And I don't know him like that. But yeah, and he's also another person. He's 23 years old. You know what I mean? So definitely a lot to
very young. Yeah.
Yeah, that's those numbers like Pooh Shicey's 23, he's 23. Those numbers when low key you got your audience damn near in the palm of your hand. You just got to make the songs. You just got to make this.
That's what I'm saying. Like Pooh Shicey will be fine because the age group he's in won't really grow up much by the time he gets out.
So hopefully he should be out. To be honest, with good behavior.
Honestly, the generation that's under him, that's listening to him, are going to be just at that age.
Yeah.
Right? So his music will still kind of be relevant for them.
Yeah, because he didn't get a decade. You get a decade, that's a long time.
That's what I'm saying. He got 5 years, and he probably won't even do the 5 years.
I'll say he'll be home in 3, probably 2.5, if he just.
I'm saying, guarantee you, mid next year he'll be start going on again, like talking his shit. So how are you about to get out?
Yeah, if he's not out late next year, it's gonna be the beginning year after that.
Mm-hmm. I'm calling mid next year. He gonna start talking his shit, saying, "I'll be home soon. I'll be out," and then he'll probably be out by Christmas or something like that.
Hopefully. So what I got up on the screen now is BG's post-prison release conditions revealed. So this is basically this is what he's got to stick to now that he's out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which low key that means. So if he was sentenced to 14 years, he's out after doing 11. That means the rest of it's gonna be, he's gonna be on probation. I would assume, right?
No, all jokes aside, but I hope they don't say that he has to stick to making music.
We'll see. And I got a family member in a similar situation. He does majority of the time, and he'll get out, I guess, quote unquote, good behavior, but he still has to do the rest of it on probation, meaning he still got to report to people. Which, yeah, I mean, I could tell you some other stuff offline about that, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But let's get on BG right now, and trust me, you probably won't be surprised. So it says BG has regained his freedom after over a decade behind bars, and his post-prison release conditions have now been revealed. According to TMZ, the Hot Boys rapper, which that was a group with Lil Wayne in there as well, has been 2 years of he has 2 years of supervised release, which will include provisions of participation in a drug/alcohol program, as well as another that will improve his life skills. So I guess he's got to do like an alcohol anonymous like drug type of thing, which I'm pretty sure nobody will have no problem doing that. You knowing you coming home early.
I mean, yeah, but also, the real world problems, they come back at you fast. Like you gotta think you don't really got much problems in prison.
Well, I hope not.
I mean, besides the prison politics, that's gonna come with the land. But now in the outside world, you got to deal with not only your problems but everybody else's problems, and that's enough to break a man, especially after 11 years of conditioned living.
True. It says as a part of his checklist, BG is also slated to perform 400 hours of unpaid community service and has not allowed to possess firearms in any fashion. I mean, that was a given. We had to. If we want to take a gamble, pick one. That would have been.
I don't think any any
felon.
prison. Yeah, I don't think any felon, any freshly parolee is allowed to be around a firearm. So
exactly. Says he also has to obey any DNA collection by his probation officer. What does that mean? So has to
say it again.
He says obey to any DNA collection by his probation officer.
So that means like if they want to do a hair sample or something.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So if they want to do like a hair sample or something like that, then he has to submit to that, because they say smoke stays in your hair a little longer than in your lungs.
Yeah. Then actual like urine samples got you. He says while he's going to attempt to continue his rap career, the court is forcing BG to actively obtain his GED. He could have did that behind bars or something.
11 years, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
he could have had a degree.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I ain't saying I'm the smartest guy in the building because me and Dunks low key, that's how one of the ways how we met. But I mean, hell, you keep trying.
But make use of your time pretty much,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It says or something equivalent in order to pursue future employment. That man, see, that's the hard part where it's like
you don't know any other type of employment when he's been a rapper. That's what his employment was.
Wayne had these boys at what age? Like what? Wayne he had at 11, so BG probably had at 15 or 16, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because he probably had him at like 17 at worst case scenario.
So I mean, BG coming straight from the streets of probably selling drugs and shit.
Yeah. It says, don't expect BG to begin getting a desk job anytime soon, though.
Yeah, I'm saying,
yeah, like, come on, man. That's why I said that's some bullshit. Because, I mean, they know what this dude career is.
It's damn near impossible for him to do, man.
Yeah, it's like, as Birdman already promised, the rapper will be back in the fold as part of the Cash Money Records family, which I do got an article for that about Birdman. Said, he did his interviews about it. He says, for the record, I just want this is Bird. Oh, this is BG. Okay, it says, for the record, I just want N-words to know that my N-word officially Cash Money and ain't no. Oh, this is Birdman saying this. Official Cash Money ain't no cap in that. Birdman declared in a new interview with the 85 South show. You heard me? ? So I guess he really was serious.
Yeah, that was it. I guess that was probably pretty much meant to shot at Gucci, probably.
Maybe. Oh yeah, because he's saying trying to take his artists and stuff like maybe. He says ain't nobody he can ever sign with besides this ish, and he said I retract my statement. That's a clear shot at Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
Respectively, though, he ain't calling him out his name, but he just letting him know. Like I will say, this Birdman have said it 100 times. Like I don't heard him say, Nicki ain't going nowhere regardless. Drake ain't going nowhere regardless. Lil Wayne, even after all that, you still see them hugging in XYZ. So Birdman,
And to be completely honest, just because he's off of Cash Money, don't mean that his dealings with Birdman are completely over.
yeah,
You know, they still got half of his music catalog is Cash Money. So
you talking Wayne, right?
yeah, so
Yeah,
over half of his catalog is Cash Money. So obviously, Birdman's gonna be in that picture somewhere every time.
yeah. I'm glad they finally reconciled and squashed all of it, though.
Oh yeah, me too.
I
But
mean, but at the same time, Wayne, if you felt you're rightfully owed for something, hey, go out. Especially like, say what you want to say about Wayne, man. That man been working since he was 11 years old. And he's like the person that like he was the last person, the smallest person on the team, so to speak. And he did whatever he had to do to make sure he impressed the team and make sure he stayed on there to the point where he outshined them all low key. Let's keep it 100. I mean, I'm not saying because at one point I remember when Cash Money first came out, BG was one of the bigger artists, but one of the biggest artists before even that was Juvenile. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it 100. But Wayne came through and just surpassed. You know what I mean? That's why I said, man, low key, while Birdman may have not been the best businessman for them per se, but I mean, obviously, him and Slim was good. Obviously, eye for talent. These guys, man. I mean, you can't name too many artists where it's like it really wasn't really they ain't pop. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
If you sign with them, you gonna get somebody gonna know about you if you sign with them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep it real. I mean, even his most unsuccessful artists still had a run, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. So he definitely got an eye for talent, man. I'm not trying to and again, Slim behind the scenes, so I'm pretty sure Birdman may say I'm pretty sure he still have to run it by Slim. I don't know, but some tell me Slim still like, hey, I still need to hear him too.
I still need to see that paperwork.
I still need to see that paperwork. Birdman is just the face of anything. And I remember Birdman, he was rapping too at some point. And also, I'll say this about Birdman. He's the person where, whether these guys, whether they want to admit it or not, he was a person, him and Slim, before you can get in front of the bigger labels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like before you can, because they got a distribution deal with Universal. That's a big deal. And before you can get in front of these guys, what did Eazy-E had to do? What was Eazy-E to NWA? He wasn't really a rapper at first, but he was the guy that was making more money than them because of what he did.
And he was the forefront. Yeah,
he was the forefront. So I say all that to say, to tie it back to Cash Money, Slim and Baby. I ain't no genius, but if I had to guess, they did what they had to do to have the money up front to make sure they got the time and getting the places to put themselves in front of the right people where they don't have to do what they had to do to have the money up front. And I ain't no betting man, but some tell me don't look like they worked regular jobs before. But that's just me, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not the ops. I don't know nothing, but I'm gonna say, yeah. Still, you got to say this. Somebody had to have the money first, and a lot of people the bigger artists, once you blow up, they tend to kind of forget about that. And I can go down the list of the rabbit hole of how many artists I feel like they tend to forget.
Wasn't Birdman like a club promoter or something like that at one point? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I heard that before, but
honestly, I don't know where the man started from, to be honest. That's another thing too, where I'm pretty sure he's got a documentary, but see, to be honest, Birdman to me is that type of person where he answers all the questions without actually answering the questions.
Kind of like how Suge Knight does.
Exactly. They you ask them, they give you an answer, but it's like, yeah, but like
so far around the answer that you needed that you just like,
yeah, okay. Like they can never give you a direct shot. So I'm like, these guys, to be honest, they're probably never worried about any legal situation unless you got them on full tape, like camera. Should, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're not really worried, because had there been no footage, some telling me Suge Knight would have been home already.
Like Birdman and Suge are just like two guys like that, are two type of guys. They fit in that category of like, I put them in the Kanye, Tremaine category. These are guys that just should not be interviewed,
Yeah, Slim
like, publicly,
Slim interviews I'll say if you can, I'll put it this way: for every Birdman video, I'll say this for if there's 100 Birdman videos, there may be 4 like Slim interviews. He do the
Yes,
official.
solely Slim. Yeah.
Yeah, there may be 3, and you're not. And to be honest, he don't like I say even still. It's just like nah, he not. And you could tell they brothers too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read the rest through this article. Says I'm bringing all this ish together. BG signed the Cash Money, so y'all don't got to hear it from nowhere else. That's Birdman. Birdman comments may have possibly you dang Dunks, you was fucking on it. Says Birdman comments may have possibly been aimed at fellow Southern rap mogul Gucci Mane, who last year offered to give BG $1 million record deal upon his release from prison. It's my thing too. No offense, but it's like I'm pretty sure Birdman gonna make sure even if you don't get $1 million up front, I'm telling you, the way he probably sell it to these guys, you're not gonna think about anybody else.
But still, like, I mean, I get it. BG's not a hot artist no more. He's not. But what it really is $1 million to an artist like BG?
He don't have. Some tell me he don't touch it before.
Yes, I'm saying when he was touching $1 million at 15, 16 years old. So
and if it's any truth to what these articles are saying, Birdman's been making periodic visits upon him. You know what I mean? So he ain't no telling when he had him signed.
Yeah, but but when you come, when you ain't got shit, like because obviously he don't got the money he used to have, so that $1 million, sound good,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it'll get him back on his feet at least,
exactly.
to at least get him to a comfortable lifestyle,
Oh yeah, more than comfortable. I mean, long as you within reason, try to live within your means. Which part of the rap career, whether people want to admit it or not, one of the things is trying to be slightly flashy. Now there are an exception to every rule. J. Cole used to be flashy in the beginning, but he's thrown away from it. Kendrick's never been flashy. He just let his music speak for himself. But outside of that, it's not too many other rappers you can't say that don't have some type of stuff to make sure hey, yeah, I make the big money whether they make it or not. You know what I mean? And not to pick on today's rapper, this is be something as we can go as far as back to Jay-Z, Slick. Jay-Z.
He's one of those artists that's got the money, but trust me, and he got it. But he never knows it.
But back then he had the jewels on too.
Oh yeah, because he was that typical, young rapper. And that's what I'm
saying.
He started wearing jewelry in the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. You could take it all the way back to Slick Rick, as far as that part. That comes a part of like the 99% percentage rap like career that comes with the rapper starter kit. Yep. And I think we watched it before. I'm pretty sure, man, you was watching this. I don't know if it was on one of the DVD joints. Me and Dunk Telling Our Age again, where Dame Dash broke down signing $1 million deal. How it's really no money at all. Said you give pretty much. You go back to the hood. You got to give extra.
Find videos of like that in today's times, and that was back then. So $1 million really not shit today. Yeah,
if it was like that back then with the cost of living now, hell, it's even worse. These probably back then though they were probably paying this stuff off. Now it's
now the label doesn't front a lot of the stuff. Remember back then, the labels would front you and your homies. They would front the trips, all the shit you guys are doing. Now that's coming all out of the artist pocket. Back then that was all on the labels tab. You were their artist, they take care, they pick up the bill for all your stuff. You just gotta make music, Now it's like everything come out of your pocket. You want these 10 homies here, hey, you paying for these 10 homies. I mean, we're gonna pay for it, but you paying for it technically,
Yeah, we're gonna get to you, but trust me, it's coming right back. You know what I mean? Everybody now, ain't too many artists that can't say they're not in a 360 deal. Says following a long-standing legal battle, BG, real name Christopher Noel Dorsey, regained his freedom on Tuesday, September 6th, after being incarcerated for 11 years on weapon and witness tampering charges. Birdman, The Game, Bun B, and more welcome BG home following prison release. So he got a lot of like FaceTimes called, which iPhone has been around for quite some time, but probably when he was going locked up, it probably had just came out. He ain't probably even have it, who knows? Various rappers showed love to the New Orleans native on social media, helping give him a warm welcome home. Birdman took to his Instagram stories to share the photo of him and BG.
BG don't even know what Instagram is, probably.
Oh, hell no. You don't probably know what Facebook is.
Well, I mean, I don't know because how prison is these days.
Yeah, he knows now. He probably knew. If he knows, he learned locked up.
Yeah,
that's what we trying to get at. Birdman took the Instagram stories to share his photo of him and BG hugging following his release with the caption "BG home at Cash Money Official." The Cash Money mogul even live streamed their reunion on Instagram. And we already read this part. Real N-word out you. BITH, let's get it. Baby could be heard saying, the photos next to the Bling Bling collaborator. So obviously that Bling Bling, we got it right. If he's the collaborator, that means it was a mixture between him and Wayne, because I've heard Wayne made it up, and I heard it as BG's song, but then you heard it the other way around. Some tell me either way just needs to be some polish on it. We're kind of like not there, but yeah. So he has friendly FaceTime calls and kind messages also from The Game, Bun B, Boosie Badass, How Did I Not Know, Turk, DJ Paul, which that's one half of 3-6 Mafia, and Mac Main. So, I mean, I say he got what I say this. He's on the right track, but can we really expect a decent track from him? You know what I mean?
Did you even know who Mac Main is? Where you come from?
Some tell he knows, but some tells me he'll learn about him again when locked up. Mm-hmm. He probably asking, like, I think he said he talked to Turk, but he probably like, what Juvie at? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, Juvie, because BG was probably still on that 99 shit. Like, yeah, bro, exactly. It's 2023 now.
Yeah, it's 99-2000. Yeah,
he's probably like, hey, is Juvenile still number one?
Yeah, Juvenile still dropping them hits dirty. Yeah, he hasn't made a song in XYZ.
Yeah.
Other than that, Corona, he remixed the Corona joint. You know what I mean? Remember whenever he's trying to get everybody vaccinated or whatever?
Yeah.
He said, "Won't you vax that?" Wow. Yeah. Come on. Wow. If you vax that thing up. What we need to look up is what was the check cut for that, because it wasn't free. That's probably $1 million a piece.
And I know it wasn't much.
It probably wasn't nothing less than $1 million. I hope.
I doubt that. I doubt it was that. I'm saying more like in the 10,000 range, maybe.
I give him 50.
I don't even think that much.
Man, I don't think his number's that low, bro. He walked out of the DJ Vlad interview.
Okay. How much do you think they're getting for a Vlad interview? $5,000, $6,000, maybe.
Well, I hope Boosie getting more than that. He's the number one person on the Vlad show.
Boosie got bills to pay. Boosie not even a millionaire.
He still got at least $200K though. But what's that? Whenever you
that's what I'm saying. Come on now.
I'm gonna say this.
Hey, the average man next to you got $200K.
I'm gonna say I'll break down Boosie real quick. If I had to guess, and I don't know, it's all alleged. So, say he worth $200K with 8 kids. Not all of them are adults, but he's already admitted that he's on.
Even worse,
huh?
Because not all of them are adults. That makes it even worse. So he still got to pay for them for X amount of years.
I want to say maybe 2 of them are adults, so he still got a strong 6 left. That's he getting out of that. Also, he's obviously we've covered where he's had label problems with his artist. Let's just face it, Boosie artists, they get noticed, but let's just keep it 100. The last person that even came close to something like the way when you're signing with Birdman is Young Blue, if we're gonna keep it real. Other than that, you can't name too many other Boosie artists, like, to keep it 100. I know he's got a country singer now. He's got other art. I'm not saying he don't have other artists signed, but I'm saying they ain't on the level of what Young Blue reached, And if I had to guess, even with that Boosie and Young Blue situation, is Young Boosie should have took them once Blue started taking off like that. He should have and I'm not saying he didn't do this, but what should have happened next? He should have been taking Blue to like how Ti did with Travis, where Travis got the major deal, but Ti still getting a percentage. That's what Boosie should have did, and
Yeah.
I guess that's where it all probably stemmed from. If I had to guess, you take him to the major label now that can do way
Well,
more than
I feel like that was Boosie's plan, but Blue beat him to it himself.
yeah, true. And that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm not saying he didn't do it, but like you said, that's most likely was Boosie's plan. And then it just kind of like seems like Blue just got a little impatient. But back to the BG says Birdman says BG is rejoining Cash Money. I'm bringing this ish back together. So I wonder if he gonna have more.
You say bringing it back together, but what do you mean back together? So what you gonna get Turk and Juvenile and what you gonna we know you're not gonna get Lil Wayne back.
That's requirement.
Yeah, exactly, but that's not gonna happen. You know,
Yeah.
Turk and Juvie probably you could probably buy them back. You know, but Wayne, I don't think it's happening.
Wayne still do a song though.
Yeah, I mean he'll do a song. But as in like being on that label, nah.
Nah, yeah, he ain't. He know not. I know one thing. Wayne ain't finna sign no more paperwork.
If he Wayne happy just doing what he do now, skateboarding. You know.
But he still do like he's like the new little what's it not Skip, but what's the other dude? It was Skip and the other dude he left, but I think it's Skip now. He's got his own show. Wayne is the introduction to his music, he's the intro of that song.
Yeah, so I mean he's
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, so as long as that show's aired, he's gonna be getting paid for that.
I mean, but he's gonna get paid for it, and then he sold off his music, like not his whole catalog, but some of it for a percentage for X amount of years, just like Nelly, just like Future. He's one of those people too. So he getting big money up front. Now, how he managing it is his own business. But I mean, yeah. So it's one of those. He didn't. I'm gonna say he got his whole catalog, but did he really know what to do with it? So he let those people. Same with Nelly and same with Future. You know, again, we've said this time and time again. You own your masters. You know, but do you really know what to do to make money off of them?
Yeah.
No, me and you have went back and forth saying like, hey, yeah, you know, because Diddy recently gave people back their masters, but obviously, one, rumors is they're not worth what they once was, and two, to make them profitable, you need to know how to market them. So that's something that you know what I mean. I guess Pete, you got to know what to do with them, and not everybody know what to do with them. If we're just gonna keep it 100, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, also they haven't been taught. Most artists don't know the business side of the
heck no, they don't.
Music. They just know make music and you get this money and you get to do this and all this. But when it comes down to legalities and how the percentages really even work, half of them don't even know what the fuck they signing. You know, especially back then. You know.
Especially back then, and some artists have come out loud today to say they don't even know what their deal is. They just know they get there.
And look, you gotta think. So a lot of those artists that were signed back then are just now coming out today and saying, like I say, Lil Wayne, you know, he just now realizing that he was signed to a bad deal, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they weren't taught that back then. Like I say, especially back then, that wasn't taught, and you know it wasn't. I don't think the music industry was as it wasn't really as like what am I trying to say? Like I don't want to say easy, but it wasn't as complicated as it is now, you know? Like it was just, hey, you rap, you sign this deal, you make this money, and this is your life now. You know, don't worry about the paperwork, we got it. Pretty much. You know?
Yeah, pretty much as a 1, 2, 3 count to 3 process. Yeah. Now that has been more out to light. People are still signing it though, but it is out there now. If you do the research, like, hey, if you sign this, you know XYZ, this, that, and the third. You know,
they walk in there with their chest. They walk in there with their chest like, man, I ain't taking nothing less than an 80-20. Walk out with a 10-90. Pick them down that much.
I think the best deals you can expect now is a 60-40 split.
Yeah, and that's top artists like Drake. You know. Yeah.
If you can get
Drake, probably a little exception. He's probably getting that 80-20 or that 70-30. He's probably one of the only
he's doing big numbers though.
Yeah, he's probably one of the very, very few exceptions. Him, like maybe him, like Taylor, Justin, like them type, like those type can like can really negotiate their numbers, because they're
Exactly.
like those artists that have done such big numbers and son, and they're gonna like be for remembered forever.
Yeah. True.
So those are only like select few like that can really walk in their big chest and be like, I'm not taking nothing less than XXX.
But look, they had to put in that time though and do
Oh
the
yeah,
numbers.
exactly, yeah.
Got to put in the time and do the
Yeah,
numbers. Like Drake,
exactly.
Drake putting the time, showed longevity, doing the numbers. He got an argument. You know, he got an argument why he can do that. And even still, like you said, at best he
Say what
made.
Taylor say what I don't listen to her, but I mean,
She was in a
she's the
bad deal
female,
though.
but she's pretty much the female version of Drake, you know,
Yeah, she got out of it, and
because the internet dude bought her all her masters.
yeah, all of them, and he won't sell them back. And then, so I guess one of the ways too, what I found out from that situation, she's one of the people that did it. But I heard that one of the ways to get through that is you gotta re-record all your songs, and then it's yours.
So he got like the masters to like her first,
The original.
like her first album, her second album, some shit like so. Pretty much like her first, like the music that probably mean the most to her. He
Yeah.
got damn.
But she re-recorded them and then put some little special stuff on it.
Oh
But
yeah, she did do some shit like that, right?
but to be honest, if you find out, good thing she found it out in time. But sometimes if you find out a little too late, your voice ain't gonna sound the same. Where it ain't gonna sound how it originally sounded.
Yeah, and you got to think, is it gonna be? Are you gonna be able to master it or remaster it back to where it was?
Yeah.
And you got to think some of that stuff they use special equipment. Like, what if that equipment isn't around no more? Like, maybe they use a unique instrument that was only around in the 80s.
Facts. It's a lot of risk to take into
Yeah,
trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of risk. So yeah. And we can, and a lot of groups have found out, but even Pretty Ricky said they was in a crazy deal too, So and they had a big, all these artists that were mentioned, they all had like a huge run, man.
Yeah, but also and those were the beginning stages of the 360 deals.
Most definitely. Let's see. I think I'm gonna read through this article real quick. I think I don't really have to read it. I think they covered it in the last article. It says, I think I'm gonna just cover when Birdman pretty much took the shot at Gucci Mane, but it says, my 1017 family helped me welcome home the living legend at BG. Guwap tweeted after since been debunked rumors of BG's release being circulated. Okay, so that's where that also looks like, I guess Gucci Mane had also said that he was, I guess he didn't realize if he had signed or not. So that's why probably Birdman said what he said. We got Frankie Bang Bang in the building, says, yo ho boys, what up, Frankie?
Yo.
What up? Glad you home, bro. And I'm guessing this is from Guwap, aka Gucci Mane. It says, glad you home, bro. Got so much love and respect for you as a man and artist. Get at me. I got a milli for you. Want to sign you to 1017. All like explanation points behind it. And he says, hashtag 1017 Mafia money bag emojis. So I guess that's why Birdman went on and debunked that situation. Dang, sometimes you can just tell and read between the lines what is what.
Yes, I'm saying, yeah, that was clearly a straight shot.
Exactly. I'm not going to read through that because we kind of already covered that. It says Birdman, we read that part, and we read that part. So that pretty much covers that part of the article. And I think it says, let's see, let me read through this one real quick. It says Birdman teases new Cash Money music group from BG touching welcome home video. So apparently, I guess he's gonna try. You may be onto something here, Dunk. He's probably gonna try to get those guys originally back together. At least to do at least a song. Would you be surprised?
Nah.
Says Instagram poster Birdman put a composite together of all the trials and tribulations that his signing faced before and during his prison sentence before concluding in a collaboration around BG's release. He's also empowered and captioned that BG would be releasing new music. So I guess he knows that he's going to get in the studio. He got the heart emoji, says, of the streets, my oldest son, BG. I don't like that he calls everybody that because he said it about Wayne. But he says, my oldest son, BG, home at new BG Hollywood. I'm guessing that's his Instagram tag. We're bringing gangster hip hop back, but he only put BAK. Original Hot Boy, Cash Money Millionaire, Uptown, Living Legends, hashtag Gucci
Bro, is
MRG.
he gonna try to like sell BG? He gonna like try to squeeze BG for all he can because BG is like his only artist he got left.
I sure hope not, man. I hope he doesn't do him like that. I don't know what the plan is, but I mean, I'm with you on this one. Can BG really, no disrespect, can he really go in today's
In today's
time?
market, yeah.
Yeah, can he really go? Like, he can't come out with the raps he was spitting back then. I'm gonna just say that. And it's different style of beats now. Everything was shiny and gold back then, but now it is, but it's polished. You know what I mean?
No, and I feel like back then too, um, everybody had their distinct styles. Like obviously, New Orleans had their certain beats that they had. New
Right.
York had certain beats they had. Obviously, West Coast had certain beats that they had. Um, and now everything is pretty much just sounds the same. There's like no real distinguishment between the beats anymore.
Not at all. Everybody going for the same similar styles, especially the ladies, if you ask me. But that's a whole nother live. Um,
Yeah.
I'll touch on this last part of BG, and then we're going to touch on Hitmaker. Says BG wishes Soldier Slim a happy heavenly birthday. I miss you, my dog. Brings another point that you brought up too, Dunks. He went in thinking that he juvenile, and and not saying he shouldn't wish Soldier Slim a happy heavenly birthday, but like he's still in his mind probably still in those times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Says BG has decided to take to social media and give honor to late Soldier Slim on what have been his 46th birthday. It's good he not letting that his legacy die.
But I
Um,
bet he was probably like this. Happy birthday.
oh man, chill out, man. Hey, chill, man. Hey, that's enough now. That's enough. Says rapper went on Instagram and uploaded a throwback video of Slim's mom giving honor to her son on his birthday. The video also includes a snippet of the former No Limit artist rapping alongside BG and sharing a few laughs toward the end. So at one point, we still got to give No Limit their credit where credit is due. To be honest, No Limit made for how their album covers was coming out. A lot of people, when there was CDs, they duplicated like No Limit style of
Yeah,
album
because No
covers.
Limit was first. Then
No
Cash Money.
Limit, yeah, No Limit. They duplicated a lot of that stuff and made it the same. So safe to say that was inspiration.
Mhm.
If you look at the older Cash Money record label like CD covers, and you look at No Limits, you'll see the similarities. And they both came out in Louisiana. Um, says this is what he wrote. Says,
Well, a lot
wow,
of that was like that because even 3 6 Mafia's all that shit was like that.
exactly. A lot of them guys, that was the theme, and that
Mhm.
was Master P who started that. Just imagine if he would have patented that theme.
And just imagine how simple it was for him to make that. There's some early Photoshop stuff.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna quote this. Is from BG's caption. He says, "Wow, what's up, world?" Which I don't know, but it's W
Oh, you
A
going to do that? Wow.
because it says W, three A's and three H's. So what's that? Wow, what's up, world? I mean, man, happy man. BG said the caption today is the B day of my big dog brother and one of the realest and dopest N words to ever pick up a mic and walk the treacherous streets of Chopper City. Hashtag Soldier Slim. There you go. So Dunks, I think it's safe to say you're probably right. He continued, words can't explain how much I miss my dog. I know if he was still here, the face of hip hop would look totally different with that being no, I
No, it
don't think
wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
no, I disagree, but this is
Listen,
BG.
no, it wouldn't look any different.
This is BG.
Exactly. I say he's stuck in those times, man.
Yeah, hey, man, damn, Dux, you spot on. He says he thinks that if he was still here, he would be the face of hip hop and it would look totally different. With that being said, he's a living legend through me. So prepare for the heart of the streets and the ghost of James Tapp. There you have it.
Not creepy at all.
This is my thing. You can't come out sounding like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe on the right
No,
beat.
You can't come out sounding like that because Soldier Slim died. Rest in peace. He died at a certain sound.
Yeah.
That sound isn't alive anymore.
Fun fact: it says Soldier Slim was shot and killed on November 6, 2003, in front of his lawn of his mother's home in New Orleans. Um, the person who shot him shot him a total of 4 times, 3 times in the face and one in the chest. Roughly a month later, police arrested 22-year-old Garrell Smith in connection with the murder. So, sheesh. What a hard way to go out, man. So and I don't want to touch too much upon that one on Soldier Slim, man. We got roughly about 15 minutes left. Let's transition. We got enough for BG right here for the night, man. I hope that me and Dunks, I guess you can say, is slightly wrong. Hopefully, but I will say this: Birdman has the potential. If anybody has the potential to put him on the right track to put out a hit, is Birdman. He's got Jacquees can sing on the hook, and he can eliminate a lot of the hard work for him for his first hit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So he's got all the potentials, the right features, the right connections, and like it or not, Birdman is still highly respected in the music industry.
Oh yeah.
And we just gonna keep it at that. You saw how many people already welcome him home. A lot of the OGs will welcome him home too. For the people who don't know about BG, So let's transition to this Hitmaker, aka Young Bird and Tink situation, which apparently they broke up and they had an altercation whenever they were in Mexico. Now, I will say this: I'm one of the people who didn't know that they was even together. If you're not familiar with who Hitmaker is, he was once Young Bird. That was his like rap name, and I guess with him getting caught up in some situations, they didn't turn out too well. Kind of debunked his rap career. Now, I will say this: I remember some of his songs, and to be honest, I used to listen to him heavily. I thought, but he was one of those people where, safe to say, if you compare him to BG, he was one of those people that's not necessarily, let's say, living his raps.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of those where where you didn't keep it real. Somebody challenged you versus. I'll say this: what they did to Young Berg, they won't try that with BG. Probably not even today, but I know they wouldn't have tried it with him back then.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so
straight up, they pretty much like punk Young Berg,
Yeah, I'll say this, and you can quote me, and I could be wrong. They tried that with somebody like BG, tried to do the same exact thing. We wouldn't be making this live today about BG because he still would be, you know what I mean?
He'd be right back in.
Yeah, he'd be right. He'd still be in with more time. So it says, Tink, which from what I remember from Tink, she made that song. What was it like? It called Oops. Wasn't she with like Timberland and Missy and them back in the day?
Is that her?
Yeah, I think that's her. Remember, she meant like.
Oops. I remember this song. I didn't know it was her though.
Yeah, that's got to be her. Like, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna Google it just for the people who don't.
Still looks pretty young.
Yeah,
I'm messing around with. Tink was a little older because she was already her. I don't know, maybe because Young Berg, he should be of age now. So yeah, that could be possibly true.
I'm gonna see if I can find an age on her. Somebody even said this age. How old is Tink? 28. There's no way she's 28.
It's not the same girl. No,
it's not the same. Oh, okay. I don't know why. I thought this was the same as the person that did the song like Oops. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought this was the same person. So okay, cool. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad. I don't know why I thought this was the same. I thought she was like, yeah. I didn't know that. So maybe I haven't listened to this person's song. Wasn't there another person that was called Tink, or is that somebody else?
No, there was, and that was the chick that was on that was with Missy Elliott them, but this chick is definitely this is a younger chick.
Okay, cool. I gotta look up the original one then. Yeah, because this is on she had that song called Tweet and then Oops. And her
Tweet, that was her name, right?
Yeah, Tweet was okay, so her name was Tweet. Okay, I got her, but I guess it's like she had like it sounded very similar. Yeah. My bad. Definitely gonna like all right, y'all take that back for a second. So Tink is she's only 28, so she's still young. And Young Berg, not exactly sure how old he is, but apparently he's still in his prime too. But apparently Hitmaker and Tink revealed a long-term relationship that pretty much ended in a physical altercation. Now, when we say physical altercation, Young Berg, if you had to be a guessing man, he's the one that got hands put on him. Not the first time, not surprised, but at the same time, you don't hit a female. But I mean, I don't. Some tells me she can handle it. Frankie Bangman says, I remember a young bird, you got robbed for his transformer chain.
Transformer.
Yep. Yep. That is the story. He had a transformer chain. And if you look in this video, it looks like he has a chain with like an umbrella with raindrops on it. Why? I don't know. The transformer chain, I will admit, back in the day, that joint was pretty fresh. And I'll just leave it at that. But it looks like I'm gonna just read through this article real quick, and we're gonna be on this joint for like another 10 minutes. It says on Saturday night, September 1st, Tink and Hitmaker got into an altercation that caused the fake love singer to get physical with the music producer and former rapper. The debate that spilled over to social media, the collaborators revealed that they'd been dating all along and had been dealing with a recent breakup. Both Tink and Trinity, Tink need Trinity Home and Hitmaker. So I'm guessing Trinity Home is like her, like I guess Tink is her name, but I guess that's like her little moniker. Hip Hop, which his name is Christian Ward, real name, uploaded videos explaining their sides of the incident, which Tink says started over Hitmaker not respecting her while they were both in Cancun. The D Treat Me Like Somebody Coonery also admitted that she got physical with the producer and he did not lay her hand on her. So she confirmed that that part is true. So we don't got to worry about really no cases coming down. Youngbird did come out and say he has an attorney just in case, but at the same time, fellas, I hate to say it, no matter what, there's nothing you can do to ever put yourself in a position where you put your hands on a female where you're going to come out looking good. Even if you are defending yourself, you got to take your L's with your L's on that, and a lot of people can agree to disagree, but I'm talking when it comes to the legal situation and when that stuff get brought to light, you can't win that. And I'll just leave it at that. Says Tink first posted on Instagram video in a irate state where she went off on the Chicago exec. Ironically, Hitmaker is from Chicago. Hitmaker, you're foul. She started. If you think to put the video out of me in the car, so I guess he filmed the situation, just understand I'm gonna have to let the clip go and everybody gonna get exposed. Without getting into details about what exactly took place, she mentioned Hitmaker being in the club and playing in her face. She also alluded to have to defend herself and the producer acting different than when they first started working together, which I assume from what I got of it, it was supposed to be a type of deal. She went on, says, you're tweaking with a real bitch, like a real one that goes through the trenches with you. Everyone told me to let that ish go, and everybody told me to be careful working with you, and I never seen it until now. Honestly, this has been going on since May, so yeah, this isn't nothing new. Just have to express it, and because I may drop, it may leak, and that's the new music on the way. I'm assuming I wouldn't be surprised if these guys end up talking back together. This doesn't seem that like,
it seems like a kiddie breakup.
Yeah, like it's one of those. It's a petty breakup, but as far as we know, they could be on the point. I'm sorry too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Says Tink confirms she and Hitmaker were dating and says they fell out because she wouldn't give him $2 million. So apparently he wanted a $2 million, type of deal. Again, this is why you don't do business with pleasure. I'm no genius, but at the same time, this is just why you don't do it. It doesn't sound like there's no cheating situation, no nothing. They've been together, but at the same time, he wanted to be, her boss, so to speak, with those type of, hey, yeah, you the artist, but I still need my cut, which is valid. It's my thing. If it's any truth to it, you don't want to just be, yeah, we together, but you getting paid while I can't produce everything for you for free. You know what I mean? And she's probably maybe thinking, well, I'm paying in other ways, so to speak. So
he probably did produce all her music, and now he want like a percentage,
Yeah,
and she don't owe him because they're dating.
Yeah, so that's what it sounds like, and we ain't got to put two and two together. But if I had to guess, that's why you don't mix business with pleasure. And to be honest, even if you are, you need to go ahead and get your stuff in writing. You know what I mean? Off rip. And if I had to guess, I'm not saying he doesn't or does have his stuff in writing, but it sounds like he needs to have it. If he doesn't, he should have got it in writing. You know what I mean? You can't let, a few moments of fun say that's the contract. Because, I mean, everything good until, the numbers start coming in. So that's just something that we want to put out there. Looks like I'm going to read another quote from the article. Then we're going to wrap things up. It says, We've been dating for a long time, you said, in a recent Instagram live stream. It's been silent about it for a lot of things I go through behind the scenes. And this is Tink speaking. I've been silent about the deals, the money, and that. Okay, I can see why you're upset. You probably asking about it. You're not saying nothing. Literally, most everything you can imagine. This situation is a buildup of lots of things. Number one, him asking me for money, him asking me for $2 million. She suggested that one of the key reasons their relationship fell apart. He's not been too happy about her plans to work on a project without him, which she said is indicative for someone who doesn't want to see her succeed. I mean, if he's been doing all the work, I mean, you got to let him expand, but at the same time, maybe he wanted, I don't know. It's definitely a business deal, definitely going wrong outside of their relationship.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I mean, I see both sides, is what I can say, right? You know what I'm saying? Safe to say we can see both sides of the situation, whether, who's to say right or wrong. At the end of the day, you guys should have tried to have that already in writing off rip. You know what I mean? If
Oh,
you
yeah.
is that your girl or is that your artist? Pick
And
one.
like have some type of I know they're not married, but they should really start something like that for people in the industry like that who's just dating, you know, not
Yeah,
like a prenup thing, but like just for people who's dating, because that's pretty much in today's society, dating is pretty much marriage at this point, you know.
yeah, but
You
it's a
know,
gray area. They should have something, but that's easier said than done. It's barely had to set stuff done for people who ain't married. So I mean, if you're just dating, what can they really say?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and
But you get situations like this where, like I say, they feel like they don't owe you anything because you guys are in a relationship. But then on the other end, you are still running a business, and the love don't keep the lights on. You know?
exactly. So I mean, sounds like he's come. Sounds like he's getting the short end of the stick. If you ask me,
Yeah.
of course, that's just if you asking. Um, and she's already admitted they've been working together. But hell, if you ain't got nothing on
She's
paper,
already admitted that she was the one that was physical.
yeah. So this is my thing. If you ain't got nothing on paper though, that's you. No offense, ain't nothing he can really do and run to the law. So I could see why he cut it. Hey, you know what I mean? F it, I'm not doing it no more. And she may feel some type of way where maybe she was gonna work with somebody else, but she want him to kind of come in and tweak things up and this that, and the third. That still ain't free. You know what I mean? Just keep it 100 because I mean he got bills and stuff to pay too. You
Yeah.
know. So I see both sides, and I just glad that I'm not sure how physical it got, but both of them look fine. So hopefully it wasn't too bad. I don't see it going no further than this because I mean, again, a lot of people didn't even know. Like to be honest, a lot of people didn't know Young Bird was actually a rapper first. You
Mhm.
know, and a lot of people I definitely didn't know there was. And Tink, when I get off live, I'm gonna definitely check out her music. I thought it was Tweet. My bad, y'all, for that earlier.
I don't even know who she is.
Who Tink?
Yeah.
Me neither. That's my thing. I said that's the first thing I'm gonna do is check her out after this joint right here. And definitely, I mean, obviously she's got to have some numbers because it seems like a lot of people know, but I mean, I guess not everybody know because me and Dunks definitely was under the window because like I
She's
said,
somebody. If Young Bird can comfortably ask her for $2 million.
yeah, she got access to something. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely want his percentage. And again, if he's been doing work, but at the same time, if you're gonna do work with somebody, eventually when the numbers start rolling in, whether you guys like each other, whether the relationship or not, you need to go ahead and sit down and like, hey man, this I love you, but hey, at the end of the day, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
maybe that's what happened, and they didn't want to do that. So other than that, man, we pretty much right on time today. We got about, roughly about 2 minutes in before we hit that 30-minute mark. But we've been on this joint for pretty much coming up in an hour and 30 minutes, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through for Music Monday, man. Definitely glad to see BG back home. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
11 years is a long time for anybody, especially with his stuff is where gun possession and whimpers tampering. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: he didn't are nobody, and you can take that with a grain of salt. And he didn't kill nobody, to the best of my knowledge. I don't think he'd be doing 11 years over. You know what I mean? But again, there's probably there. We don't know what the prior charges were that make that stuff tack on too.
Mhm.
Like Dunk said, there's a lot of stuff we may not know that actually that reason why he got sentenced to that. But either way, he's home now. I just pray that he provides by the probation stipulations that has been put against him. Hopefully, he surprises everybody with an actual hit song. It's gonna get listened to, but like listen to versus like taking off two different things. So I'm hoping that Birdman, he's in good hands. Birdman definitely, if anybody can do it, him and Slim. So we'll see how that goes. I wish nothing for the best for him. And same with Youngberg and Tink. I'm with Dunks on this one. This was probably just a little kiddie fight, and hopefully that's as far as it goes and call it a day. But other than that, that wraps up Music Monday for the night, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this thing, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, or if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and I make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and this is Music Monday. Sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and me and Dunks will be back on Wednesday with another sold out live and another sold out podcast, and I'm gonna let Dunks take us out.
Hey, thanks everybody for joining us. This was a good one. And like Polo said, good for BG to come home. But like I said, also, but now what do you do with that freedom? You know, like how are you gonna manage that time? What are you gonna do to occupy that time to keep you out of those streets and out of that same trouble that cost you almost 14 years of your life? You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully, he's sat down, does some reflecting. Everything will be good for him, man. So, but with that, this was a good one, and we will be back on Wednesday. So I hope everybody have a good night, and we'll see you guys then.
Most definitely, man. And we're officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.
know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember.